From Hyde's strange connection to Nevermore to the possibility of his changing in Season 2, here's why I think Tyler's storyline has the most potential in Wednesday. The end of the first season was surprisingly clean, except for Tyler's storyline. At the end of Season 1 of Wednesday, the main mysteries of the season were all solved, and the main character storylines were wrapped up in a way that felt good, except for one big thing. Tyler's story didn't have a clear ending, even though in the last few minutes of the second-to-last episode, it was shown that he was the evil Hyde who had been bothering Jericho. Even though Enid beat him up in the woods in the finale, the last shot of Wednesday Season 1 stayed on him in a way that makes it seem like you won't see him again soon. It's no-brainer to keep Tyler around for Season 2, and the story ideas he could lead to in the future are very exciting. It's not like the Hyde's just a simple monster. They've been banned from Nevermore for some time, so of course we're all curious about them. After all, there's more to Hydes than meets the eye. In the last episode of Wednesday's first season, many interesting facts about Hydes were revealed. I know that they're rare and often dangerous because Nathaniel Faulkner died while trying to study them. Principal Weems says they haven't been allowed at Nevermore for 30 years, which is even more interesting. Plus, there seems to have been a strange connection between Hydes and Nevermore for a long time. Given how much the show focused on Hydes at the end of the season, it seems likely that we haven't seen everything about them yet. That's why digging into this storyline's important. By having Tyler in Season 2 and beyond, these mysteries and ideas can be explored in a real way. As far as I know, he's Wednesday's only living Hyde, so if Jenna Ortega's character wants to learn more about them, he's the best person to talk to. Like I mentioned, Faulkner died trying to study them, so maybe Wednesday could try to pick up where he left off? Also, I think Tyler will be locked up for a long time, making him the perfect subject for Wednesday's research. Or another Hyde could start making trouble for Nevermore, and Wednesday will try to use Tyler as her own Hannibal Lecter to find out what's going on. And I'd really like to know what exactly Hydes and their relationship with Nevermore is. It seems important that Wednesday said that Hydes aren't allowed to go to Nevermore. In Season 1, Wednesday was trying to stop exactly this kind of bigotry. Maybe in Season 2 and beyond, Wednesday will try to change the school's rules so that Tyler can go there. She hopes the school's community and training will help him live a normal life. This would make for interesting drama, since other students and people in Jericho might feel uneasy about Tyler being let out, even if he's being closely watched. If Wednesday chooses to defend Tyler, this could cause Xavier and Wednesday to fight again. Even if one of Wednesday's potential love interests turned out to be a horrible monster in Season 2, that wouldn't stop Wednesday from wanting to be with that person. Those who were on Team Tyler in Season 1 may still have a chance. Let's be real, Wednesday's got a thing for bad boys. Of course, there's potential for Tyler to change too. Let's keep in mind that his master was also directing him, so if he's shown enough kindness, he could be good. So, how will Tyler change in the second season then? This raises a good question about how Tyler might fit into Wednesday's relationships in Season 2. In Episode 8, A Murder of Woes, Tyler tells Wednesday that he's slowly become aware of his monster side.
Whoa, hey.
And has willingly been going along with Laurel Gates' plans. Based on this and how Tyler acted in the rest of the episode, it seems likely that any role he plays in the future will be a bad one. But it's possible that's not the case. Small things in Wednesday show that the line between who a person is and who they are when they act, like Mr. Hyde's, is often blurry. The year before, Tyler's Hyde attacked Xavier without making him look like a monster. Also, the ways to wake up a Hyde, especially the ones Laurel used on Tyler, are traumatic and hurtful, and they could be doing serious damage to Tyler's mind. Is it possible that Tyler's Hyde side was getting to him then? Maybe the Tyler I saw for most of the season who was nicer and more caring, was a real person who was slowly taken over by the monster. He's got some redeemable qualities too. Honestly, it seems a little strange for Wednesday to paint Tyler as a completely bad guy. The whole show's based on the idea of accepting people who don't fit in, right? It takes place in a school where outcasts can meet other people like them and learn to control their powers. Not including Tyler because he's a certain kind of bad outsider goes against everything Wednesday stands for as a show. Even if he wasn't lying when he said he liked what he did as a Hyde, it still seems strange to call him evil. After all, he was a teenager who was forced to commit horrible crimes by an adult who used and abused him. Because of these things, it seems likely that Tyler's story will be more complicated than just being locked up and kept around to give advice. Even if they last showed him as a bad guy, that's just not enough of a conclusion to end on. In fact, keeping him would be much more interesting. The show's about how important community and friendships are, as well as how to deal with bigotry and hate in any form it comes in. When we first met Tyler, he seemed to be one of the few people who didn't care that Wednesday was an outcast. Even though he now knows that Laurel was using him to get to Wednesday, it's hard to believe that everything he did for her was an act. That part of him had to come from somewhere, and Wednesday might be able to find it again with a little work. The best way to continue Tyler's story is to keep his humanity in mind, just like the show does with all of its characters, whether they are werewolves, sirens, or disembodied hands. It looks like even the actor who plays Tyler's got things to add about his character's true feelings. Yup, Hunter Doohan talked about whether or not Tyler really loved Wednesday. In an interview, Doohan said that Tyler couldn't see straight because of his anger and what happened to his mother, so he only cared about destroying Wednesday, the Addams, and Nevermore. He thinks Tyler always tried to trick Wednesday from the very beginning, so even if he did like her, his hate of her family and Nevermore's much stronger. Wednesday Season 2 is expected to pick up 2 years after the first season ended, and there are many storylines that the show could explore yet. There are so many complicated relationships in the show, mainly because the main character is such a complex person herself. If there's one friendship I want to know more about, it's the one between Enid and Wednesday. Even though the show's creators said that they want to explore female friendships at the center of the show, I also hope that her family, especially Morticia and Gomez, will be shown more in the new season. This will help us learn more about Wednesday's past. That's all for Tyler's storyline. See you in the next one.